All right, YouTubes. Got a call from the liquor store up here. Said the health inspector said the deli case drink lineup has been running at like 41 degrees, which is legal. That's the maximum. So they want to see if we can get it to run a little bit cooler. So I'll bring you guys along. We'll see what we get into on this one. Today we got to film on the iPhone. I left the GoPro at home. We all know the iPhone films better anyways. So, oh yeah, dropped it. Fumble Rooski. Tip-ins. Sleep on the job. Kind of did a little back tip. Get some rubber glovers. We'll get tip-ins. Probably grab some gauges. Let's see what we're getting into here. I don't think I've ever worked on this unit, so this will be like an Easter egg hunt. I don't even know where the condensing unit is. All right, here it is. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 door lineup. We'll get this dude in there. Straight up. Let's see what we got here. This way is probe, straight up, right, straight up. Oil. That's the returner. What do we got right here? 2 fans. There's the ground, there's the roof. I see the condensing unit back there. Let's get over there and see what we're getting into. Looks like dirty condenser, check. I want to find this thermostat because we saw the probe going up, so the thermostat's got to be mounted outside here. So I want to see if it goes to a solenoid valve or just bangs a compressor on and off. Well, let's check it out. Nice rubber roof up here. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah. Got a Tecumseh condensing unit. We got low on charge, or sometimes when they bubble like that, either low on charge or high head. We got, yeah, it's reading right about 42 degrees. Except for 35 is really low, and 5. All right. Oh, and we got a 10 million defrost. Let's see if it'll defrost. So it's just bang on, bang off. I don't think there's a solenoid valve either. I bet this is just banging on and off the compressor as well. This is my initial overview. That's looking oily. This is looking mega oily right here. Look at this. You can see there's oil with dust all over here. Yeah, the condenser fan motor looks good. It's a POE oil compressor. All right, check this out. I just cut the insulation back because we had traces of oil, right? I cut that little piece off. Look what I got into. So I started to look at the silver solder weld. So I noticed right away there's no cap. There's no cap right there. But then I get to coming around here. I'm going, damn, that's all super duper rusted, bro. It's rusted away to the threads. Holy crap. Wow. Get to something like that, you don't want to touch it too hard. Okay? Just making sure there's no rubber dooski going on right there. But you don't want to, dude, you don't want to dig into this too hard because this guy probably wants this thing to work for today, but it's going to be low on charge. Pretty sure this is going to be our leak point. Can you guys see that? Talk about Crustolium. So I want to try and save the compressor for the guy and probably order him up a new valve if we can get him through. It's telling me it's been flooding back. You look at this hooky-low right here with all these defrost booby traps. Probably needs a TXV. And this is what you find out there. Looks like someone took a subcooling reading at some point. See all that tape right there? So I'm gonna grab some soap bubbles and see how bad this is bubbling. Well, I have a couple on the van, but not 7/8. So I definitely, with this one's way too small, I definitely would have to order up. I don't even think that's big enough right there. Even if we wanted to bush up right here. Take a look at that. But it looks like it's gonna be parts order. I got it soaped up pretty good. Not seeing like massive amounts of bubbles. Dude, talk about hanging on by a thread, right? Look at that. I don't see mega bubbles. Talk about hanging on by a thread. Dude. That's crazy. Oh, what else is crazy? There's no freaking... Oh, I was going to say there's no freaking disconnect up here, but there is. Okay, right there. Wow. I was going to go, wow, that's nuts. Well, let's do this for today. I got to order this valve and hope it comes apart from there. Might have to heat it up, grind it off, whatever. But that's got to get replaced. And I don't have one, so we'll get that taken care of. iPhone's having a hell of a time focusing. I got to get the coil washed and then probably figure out what refrigerant they put in this thing and take it from there. All right, if you look down here, originally that was a 134A condensing unit. Then what you can do too is run this Copeland number on the Copeland app and see, make sure it's a 134A compressor. That's what we're looking at. Coil cleaned up good. I'll get the charge topped off. And we'll take it from there. I'm going to equalize the pressures out and then check this again. Look who's out and about, old Mr. Sunjo. I bondoed the shit out of that fitting where it sticks out. That's the weak point on those. But I've been using the rinse kit a lot, but my kid borrowed it today for surfing. So we're gonna go Mr. Sunjo. Get a bunch of this washed out. This coil was dirty. Main problem is it was low on charge. And I haven't even leak checked the evaporator section yet. We'll do that here after we get this dialed in. He wants to get this thing working. It wasn't that increased. It's like, what, 44 degrees today? And it's been hot up here, dude, so probably in the hot weather. This morning we got the fogs in from the coast. But I bet when it was hot out, this thing wasn't doing it. The way that time clock's set up, it's just telling me this thing's been icing up a bunch. And it's a funky little setup. It's like booby trap refrigeration. I wonder when the last time this coil's ever been washed. It looks like a long time. Pretty black coming out of there. Pretty dirty. It's breathing now, so that's good. Okay. All right, so that compressor there is a Swiss Army knife. You can run 404, 448, 409, 134A, 507. Different applications, different BTU ratings. So for 134A, at high temp, it's good for 10. At a 20 degree evaporator, it said on the chart, it's good for 10,000 BTUs. And it's got 134 in it because you can tell by the head pressure and the suction pressure. I had gotten the coil wet, so that's why it's a little bit low right now. But I got the thing charged up, back to working, back to cooling. I do need to get a new service valve. We're down to 43 degrees on the return air side. We'll let it come around. I changed a couple settings here. It's totally booby trapped on defrost, which is telling me the coil's been an ice up issue. And if you saw on the case, we can go back down there and look at it. The evaporator coil's on this side blowing all the way down for 11 doors with a little 2-fan coil. You'd probably like to see that split up with a coil here and a coil over there. But you know how that goes. It's an old box. It's probably ran like this forever. And remember in the old days, probably when that box was built, the temperature for the health inspector was 45 degrees. And then sometime in the late 90s, it switched to 41 degrees. If you guys remember that. I can't remember if that was late 90s or early 2000s when that temperature changed, at least for out here in California. But it used to be 45 degrees is a lot of what those old cases were made for. Now it's 41. That's another thing to consider. This is a good little find on that. It's neat to see all this crazy stuff. Coil's clean. You can see through the coil when I look through it this way. It's got sunlight now. And so probably low on charge, dirty condenser. It's probably having a hard time in the hot weather. And I'm pretty sure we get that, we'll be in good shape, get a new suction service valve. And I'll take you guys downstairs after I get this buttoned up, and we will check out the evaporator coil section, which is super funky and super hard to access. There's the fridge. Oh no, the Scorpions are gonna get me a copyright strike. Here's the fridge. There's the old TXV up there. That's an original recipe R12 TXV, old school. It needs to hit the road. And I'll show you the frost pattern on the back of this coil. Look at this. That whole evaporator. That frost pattern. I bet you this one's spinning backwards. This one's definitely going the right direction. The airflow on this one's going the right way. That one over there, I think, is going backwards. Yep. Let's see. I love these. I love this shit. Ain't gonna do it. Look at that bullshit. That's probably the biggest problem right there. This fan's correct. It's gonna blow the air out. That thing over there is fuckered. Mega fuckered. All right, let me see if I got a motor on the truck that'll work. That was an epic moment. We were all singing the Scorpions in there. My version is Here I Am, down, 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 hooky loud again. Who did the hooky loud? Bunch of team fucking hooky louds. This motor right here will work in there, reversible. This one will do it. You just came to the starting lineup, my friend. Stuff you find when you get digging on a unit. The stuff you find. All right. So that one there, we're going to get a price for a new evaporator coil. That evaporator coil shot. The TXV is not feeding correctly. Can't get to it. So I got to rip all the product in those first two doors has to come out, all the shelving. And then we're going to get him a price for a new coil. We'll just build it out. New coil, new TXV. New liquid line dryer, new suction service valve. And that's where we're gonna head on that one. That was fun. But the things you find out there, fan going backwards, hooky loud, all kinds of just goofy stuff. And that's how it goes. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.